This MetroCast Channel 10 Sportscast is brought to you by the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, a regional philanthropic organization with over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, here for you, for good, forever. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty Incorporated, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Personal, professional, and powerful. Better call Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty Incorporated. First Columbia Bank and Trust. We finance fun. Let First Columbia finance your next venture. With you every step of the way, First Columbia Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. The 162nd Annual Bloomsburg Fair, September 23rd through September 30th, featuring incredible entertainment, great food, and lots of fun. For tickets and information, go to bloomsburgfair.com. And by MetroCast, your high-speed internet, digital TV, and phone provider for the greater Berwick, Pocono, and Schuylkill County areas. Now with internet speeds up to 150 megabytes per second. MetroCast. Welcome to MetroCast Channel 10's coverage of high school football. Tonight's matchup is the Berwick Bulldogs at the Wyoming Area Warriors. We're up in West Pittston. Should be a pretty good game. Game time temperature, start of the game anyway, about, we're going to go with around 60 degrees. It's been rainy, but that has since stopped. Here's a look at your Berwick Bulldogs. They're coming into this game 2-0. Of course, they are a little on the shaky side at times on the offense, but defensively they're very strong. Again, 2-0, and they're going for their 800th team win tonight. So we'll see what happens in this one. And the rest of the team there as well. Frank Sheptock, the head coach, his second full year as head coach, also the athletic director. Here are the Wyoming Area Warriors. They are coming in, I believe, 1-1.
We'll kick off with Warriors.
Pretty good on defense. Offensively, they've been struggling a little bit as well, but we'll see how they fare against the famed Berwick Bulldogs. Got a good group of kids. Head coach is Randy Spencer, does a great job with these folks. And Joe Pisano, the athletic director, and we thank him for his help in bringing you this game this evening here on MetroCast Channel 10. We are about to kick off with Wyoming Area hosting the Berwick Bulldogs. And we're underway. Berwick out past the 30 to 35, brought down at about the 36-yard line.
Evan Klinger on the return.
Good run back by Evan Klinger.
Dimitri DePietro in on this tackle for Warriors. First down at the 37.
Nice evening. As we said, it's been raining. But right now we've got clear skies. We're hoping it stays that way for the remainder of the game. And Berwick will come out and they will get to work. Alex Force, again, the quarterback this year. After Jared Marshman was injured preseason. The snap, back to throw, across the middle, and incomplete. Intended target there was R.J. Norris. Quick look at that run back. Evan Klinger doing a nice job, taking the ball back at about the 15-yard line. Live action. Hand off to Klinger. He's got room to run. Out past midfield, and he is brought down at the 41-yard line of Wyoming Area. So the Bulldogs coming out strong. Berwick again goes no huddle. Force at the helm. Another handoff to Klinger. Klinger breaks free again. Still more room to run. Previous run for Klinger.
Cameron Carr and Shane Eslick in on the tackle. Gained to the 32.
About a 20-yard run on that previous play from scrimmage for Klinger. And here's the last one as well. Another big hole. Good job by the offensive line to giving him room to run. Just shy of the first down. And that ball gets snapped prematurely. Alex Force didn't look like he was quite ready for the snap. Some miscommunication obviously there.
3rd and 14.
Brings up a 3rd and 14 as you heard. Got a man in motion. And Force was not even expecting that to come at that point. And Berwick doesn't like what they see. They call a timeout. So we are in the first quarter. Berwick on the move. No score between Berwick and Wyoming Area. We'll be back in a moment after this.
The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is a regional philanthropic organization with over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund. From those funds, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Recently accredited with the National Standards for U.S. Community Foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever.
Quick timeout, and our thanks to the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation based in Berwick for all their help and continued support of sports here on MetroCast Channel 10. Look them up online at csgiving.org. They do some great stuff. A 3rd and 14 for Berwick. Back to throw is Force. Nobody there looking to run. And he's going to fall a little bit short.
Alex Force on the carry, brought down by Corey Ruck.
Looks like he's brought down at about the 35-yard line. Needed to get to the 41 for a first down. That's going to bring up a 4th down play. Can you see Force back to throw, looking downfield, nobody open. Sees a big gap, decides to take off with the ball. And you had one lone defender right there. Number 23, Corey Mruck. Brought him down, 4th and 4. Hand off to Damon Beckhorn. Beckhorn's got nowhere to go. Defense holds for Wyoming Area, and Berwick will turn the ball over on downs to the Warriors.
And Shane Eslick stopped short of the first down. Warriors take over on downs, 1st and 10 at the 36.
Beckhorn in motion. Quick handoff from Alex Force. And he is being chased immediately. And that is number 9, Dominic DeLuca, in on that tackle. DeLuca also the quarterback for the Wyoming Area Warriors. Double duty. Pitch out. And nowhere to go. Berwick defense on that one. Number 7, Tegan Wilk, all over that one. That was Mark.
Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11.
Minichello on the run. Back to live action. Still trying to run the ball. Darren Rodney. Nowhere to go.
Noah Craig.
Got about a yard on that one. That'll bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Wyoming Area Warriors, where we are located this evening in the West Pittston area. Natural turf.
And a good crowd here on hand tonight. And Damon Beckhorn busting through the line of scrimmage to sack Dominic DeLuca way back in the backfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th and very long. Wyoming Area going to have to punt this one away. So Berwick will get the ball right back. DeLuca taking the snap. And Beckhorn comes through untouched. And he's got nothing to do but tuck that back in and take the hit.
Taking Will, Kevin Klinger, deep for Berwick.
Joseph Lynn also in on that. Here is the punt. Berwick's going to let that one roll. And it'll be touchdown at the 37-yard line of Berwick area, and that's where the Dogs will get to work with 7:30 left to play here in the first quarter. We'll remind you that these games are available on DVD. Just go to metrocast.com/channel10PA. There is ordering information at the bottom of the page, including a printout. You can fill that out and mail it in with your payment, and we'll get that out to you ASAP. And these games are also going to all wind up eventually on YouTube for a while, a couple of weeks, and then we'll take them all down. And when you go to YouTube to find the MetroCast Channel 10 YouTube channel, just search for MetroCast Channel 10-PA. That's what will come up. You'll see lots of videos there, and the games should start popping up this week. Forrest takes the snap, hands it off.
And off to Klinger.
Evan Klinger gets all the way up to the...
Into the 44.
44. Thank you, Mr. Field Announcer. Got 4 more yards to go.
2nd and 3.
Again, a handoff to Klinger. Klinger going outside. Enough for a first down. And he's off to the races. DeLuca after him finally pulls him down out near the 20-yard line. They're going to say 21-yard line. Here's the previous run by Evan Klinger.
It's good for a first down.
Got to move the chains. So Evan Klinger, good back, good workhorse for this Berwick Bulldog team. Forced to hand off. Klinger goes outside. Go back to live action right now for you. Klinger again getting the call, and that one, nothing doing. Trips up in the backfield. So we'll go back and continue the last run. A big run from the 44-yard line. So about a 23-yard run. And he was going to go all the way if it wasn't for Dominic DeLuca. 2nd and 9, they're saying. Back to throw. And over the head of Joseph Lynn. That'll bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Berwick Bulldogs from the 21-yard line of the Wyoming Area Warriors. No score. Got about 6:27 left to play here in the first quarter. Damon Beckhorn in the backfield. Snap, handoff. Beckhorn keeps it himself. Breaks 3.
Damon Beckhorn on the carry.
Might have got enough for the first down. If not, he's very close.
DeLuca in on the stop.
He might be about a yard or two shy.
4th and 2.
Beckhorn here taking the snap. Normally a wide receiver for the Bulldogs. And taking a snap on that one is Owen Schumacher. Schumacher, he's got nowhere to go. And so that should turn things over on downs. Back to Beckhorn again. Just a little shy. Got about 7 yards on that carry. He needed 9 for the first down. And so on a 4th and 2, Schumacher can't break through on that one. And it will be a turnover on downs to Wyoming Area. They'll get the ball on their own 14-yard line. And that's where they'll get to work. Dominic DeLuca quarterbacking for the Warriors. Handoff.
To Justin Joseph.
Couple of yards.
Brought down by Joe Lynn. In at 2, 2nd and 8.
Nice thing about having a huddle, you get time to queue up the reruns, the replays. That was another run.
Darren Rodney on the carry.
Darren Rodney
Ryan Labaugh
getting a couple of yards on that one. Still a little shy of the first down.
1, 3rd and 3.
DeLuca, handoff to Darren Rodney. Finally brought down by a couple of Dogs. Back to action. They try to go up the middle with that one, but there's a lot of white shirts stopping that from happening. And that's going to bring up a 4th and short.
In on the stop.
And it looks like the punt team is coming out for Wyoming Area.
Look at the punt.
And nowhere to go. So Dominic DeLuca, the quarterback, also the punter. And he also plays a pretty good defense. That one was nearly blocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So Berwick will get the ball back with 3:59 left to play in good field position. We'll take a break and come back with more Berwick and Wyoming Area football on MetroCast Channel 10.
Why call Century 21? Because powerful counts. Powerful means 111,000 associates in 78 countries and one right here in our neck of the woods. Powerful brings insight on zoning, construction, and restrictions. Stuff you need help with. It's the biggest financial investment of your life. Better pick Powerful. Why call Century 21? Because professional matters. Professional knows what sells, what doesn't, and why. Professional knows the difference between a floating rate and a floating slab. For a purchase this big, better pick the power of professional.
And we're taking a look around the Wyoming Area football field here. A really nice night, Friday night. The rain has cleared out. A little bit on the cool side, about 60 degrees to start this game this evening. Berwick with the ball. Still in the first quarter, 3:59:58 left to play. No score. Alex Force at quarterback. And the ball gets snapped again before he's ready. That is a second time that's happened in this game. Illegal procedure on top of all called against Berwick, so that'll back him up 5 more yards.
Berwick. Make it 2nd and 15 from the 40.
Can see the 2 in motion. Pass going deep and just out of reach to Damon Beckhorn, being well covered there by number 17, Robert Trottini. That'll bring up a 3rd and 15 now, or actually 2nd and 15. Force with time. Good job by the front line, keeping the defense out of his face. Just a little overthrown. 2nd and 15 now. Hand off to Klinger. Klinger with a short gain, got some of those yards back, up to about the line of scrimmage. So got nothing. Bring up a 3rd and 15. Flag on the play.
Really the motion penalty against the Bulldogs.
And you heard the call go against the Dogs. Klinger going nowhere on that one anyway.
Penalty
It is declined. That'll bring up a 3rd and 15 now for the Berwick Bulldogs. And we'll see what Coach Sheptock and his staff have dreamed up for this play. 3rd and 15, Alex Force takes the snap, back to throw. Time, goes to the middle, pulled in by Tegan Wilk. And that is enough for a Berwick first down. That pulls them out to about the 22-yard line. There's another flag, and it's against Berwick.
Ineligible receiver downfield against.
Ineligible receiver. So Berwick shooting themselves in the foot a couple of times here on this series. Forrest with a nice pass across the middle. Pulled in there by Tegan Wilk, but it was all for naught. A legal man downfield. And so instead of a first down, it's 3rd and 20 now for the Berwick Bulldogs. No score, first quarter. We'll try it again. 4 receivers showing. And he is going to get sacked. 1, 2, 3. Derek Ambrosino. So Justin Joseph in on that one as well. So well played by the defense of Wyoming Area, and Berwick comes up empty-handed. They're going to have to punt this away. Forrest takes the snap, and all kinds of green shirts around him.
Alex Sharkuski to punt. Mark Anthony Minicello deep.
Actually, number 42, Cameron Carr, in on that one. Alex Sharkuski there. Takes the snap. Can't do it. He's going to tuck it back in, try to run, and he's going to get brought down. Nothing doing. So great defensive effort by the Warriors of Wyoming Area. They will get the ball at the Berwick 47-yard line. Defensively, Wyoming Area stepping up on a punt. Sharkuski taking the snap, but a lot of green shirts getting through in a hurry. He's got nothing to do but just trying to run off with the ball, looking for a hole. Can't get through, and he is brought down by number 47, Justin Joseph. DeLuca takes the ball, runs
Joe Lynn in on the stop
for a couple of yards.
Into 44, 2nd and 7.
Look at the neon crew from the Berwick School District here in this game tonight. DeLuca again. Couple of yards. Berwick marching band. They'll be performing at halftime. 2nd and 7 for Wyoming Area. Dominic DeLuca takes a snap, throws it out to Mark Minatello. Minatello's got nowhere to go, as number 11, R.J. Norris, is right there to take care of the situation, so no gain. Dominic DeLuca, and that one's been for Minatello all the way. R.J. Norris read it. Actually, that's number 19. That would be Alex Parks, who took him down all by himself. Way to go, Alex. And he'll try the same thing, and all over him is Jimmy LeGrand. That was a 3rd and 10. That backs him up even further. So Berwick defense shows they're on top of it as well. And now it'll be time for Wyoming Area to punt. DeLuca out to Minatello, and LeGrand is all over him. Bring up a 4th and 18. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Wilk and Klinger deep.
DeLuca gets it away. Gets it up in the air. And they're going to let that one drop. It touches. Ball is loose. It's a live ball. Who's going to come up with it? Wyoming Area signal it's theirs. Referee's looking. And it is Warriors ball. A big mistake by the Berwick Bulldogs. Ball took a bounce. Dominic DeLuca, good kick.
That'd be 1st and 10 Warriors at the 22.
Drops down just below the 20. Tegan Wilk right there, and it actually touches him. He tried to pick it up, couldn't get a hold of it, and then the mad dash is on. And in the end, it was Wyoming Area coming up with the ball. 1st and 10 from the 22. Dominic DeLuca scrambling, looking, throws it. Finds his man down at about the 1 yard line, maybe the 1 inch line. Ryan Lawbaugh there to bring him down. Minokello makes the catch. So about a 21-yard pass, nearly a touchdown. And that is the end of the first quarter. Dominic DeLuca being chased by the Berwick defense. Scrambles to the outside. Minokello is right at the goal line. The pass is pulled in. And a good job by number 10, Ryan Lawbaugh, keeping him out of the end zone. But when we come back to start the second quarter, it'll be a 1st and goal for Wyoming Area. You're watching Berwick at Wyoming Area football on MetroCast, Channel 10.
First Columbia Bank finances families, futures, and, well, fun.
Fun comes in a lot of shapes and forms for different people. Some people need a new house. That's their fun. Some people need a new car. For Knoebels, it was a new steel roller coaster.
First Columbia has flexibility to manage the twists and turns of large projects like Impulse, while always staying true to their hometown way of doing business. This is what community banking is all about. First Columbia Bank.
It's time for the 162nd Annual Bloomsburg Fair, September 23rd through the 30th. Catch performances by Christian hip-hop artist Toby Mac, the famous singer-songwriter Paul Anka, and fresh from their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, it's the band Chicago with special guest JD and the Straight Shot, plus tractor and truck pulls, figure 8 race with rollover, and the championship Demolition Derby. Tickets for the Toyota Grandstand shows on sale now. Go to BloomsburgFair.com or call 570-387-4145.
My Wi-Fi begins with me. With MetroCast, I can watch TV even when I'm on safari in my backyard. Explore the stars, message my mom for more marshmallows, tell spooky stories with my friend. It was quiet, too quiet.
That's enough, Charlie. Lights out.
Oh, Mom. When it comes to my world, MetroCast begins with me.
MetroCast, advanced video, internet, and phone.
All right, and we are back. Looking at the Wyoming Area cheerleaders in the foreground. Second quarter about to begin, and Wyoming Area in really good position. They're at about the half-yard line. 1st and goal after a nice completion under pressure.
Honored at that time. So again, 1st and goal inside the 1 for the Warriors.
And here we go. We'll see if Berwick can put a stop to him. Dominic DeLuca, the quarterback. Quick handoff. And Darren Rodney gets stuffed at the goal line. He is not going to get through. So the defense holds for the moment for Berwick.
2nd and goal inside the 1.
DeLuca with the handoff to Rodney. Tries to barrel through. You can see all the white shirts piling up at the bottom of that pile. Big stop. It'll be 2nd and goal now for the Warriors as they try to get on board first. Dominic DeLuca takes a snap again to Darren Rodney, and he still can't get through. A little bit of a gap, and it got stuffed quickly by some white shirts. That'll bring up a third down and goal. DeLuca. Darren Rodney coming into view right here. Takes the snap.
Timeout, Warriors.
And a whole bunch of Berwick players right there, including number 44 Joseph Lynn at the bottom of the pile to put a stop to the drive. That'll bring up a third and short, third and goal, if you will, for Wyoming Area when we come back, and we'll see what they dial up to try and get on board first. No score. Second quarter action, Berwick at Wyoming Area.
The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is a regional philanthropic organization with over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund. From those funds, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Recently accredited with the national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever.
All right, we're back. It is a third and goal for Wyoming Area. They just took a timeout to talk this over. They're trying to get on board first. Dominic DeLuca quarterbacking. And going around the right side is number 47, Justin Joseph. And it is 6-0, Wyoming Area over Berwick. Took a little doing, but they were finally able to put one through. And it is 6-0. Wyoming Area leading the Berwick Bulldogs.
F.J. Brasini will attempt the point after.
Point after by number 36, F.J. Brasini. And there's a penalty against Berwick again. And there was some talk about going for two.
Penalty against the Bulldogs.
But they're still just going to go for the extra point. And it's a bad snap. And that's going to be nothing doing. Go back and show you the touchdown. Again, Dominic DeLuca. And a handoff to Justin Joseph, who goes to the right side. Nobody there. He waltzes in. It is 6-0, Wyoming Area, leading Berwick. 10:46 left to go in the first half.
Why call Century 21? Because powerful counts. Powerful means 111,000 associates in 78 countries and one right here in our neck of the woods. Powerful brings insight on zoning, construction, and restrictions. Stuff you need help with. It's the biggest financial investment of your life. Better pick Powerful. Why call Century 21? Because professional matters. Professional knows what sells, what doesn't, and why. Professional knows the difference between a floating rate and a floating slab. For a purchase this big, better pick the power of professional.
Very glad to have Century 21 cover Bridges Realty, based in Bloomsburg, which also covers Columbia and Montour County, as well as Luzerne County, as sponsors of Sports Yard Metrocast Channel 10. Here comes the ensuing kickoff. Wyoming Area now leading 6-0. Extra point did not work. And that one is pulled in. Looking for a hole is Evan Klinger. He's going to get wrapped up at around the 33, 34-yard line. They're going to say 34-yard line. That's where Berwick will get to work to try and get that one back.
And Jesse Sedelka all in on the tackle.
So that score came about, in case you're just joining us.
34.
Wyoming Area at the end of the first quarter had a punt. And Tegan Wilk, looks like he tried to pick it up. It may have actually touched number 10, Ryan Lawbaugh there, but the ball was loose. Bounced around. Wyoming Area wound up with the ball, and that led to the 6 points. Forrest with the handoff to Evan Klinger, and Klinger gets pummeled but stays on his feet. Out past first down territory. And over to midfield. So great second effort there by Evan Klinger after getting hit by Darren Rodney.
And Cameron Carr in on the tackle. Gain is to the 49.
Evan Klinger from the 34.
That'd be good for a first down.
Winds up with about 16 yards. There was the hit by Darren Rodney. And Klinger takes the hit, rocks back, and just keeps on going. And finally brought down at midfield at about the 49-yard line. So a good run by Evan Klinger. Timeout on the field. And we'll remind you that copies of this game are available on DVD. And the easiest thing to do is just go to our webpage. You type in all of that on the screen, metrocast.com/channel10PA. Type that into the top of your browser. And at the bottom of the page, you will find the ordering information, DVD ordering information. There's a printout. You can print that out and fill it out, send it in with your payment, and we'll take care of it. You can also email me if you want to, and we'll try to handle it that way. But again, the easiest way is just go metrocast.com/channel10PA. Mail it in, and we'll get that to you. And we'll remind you as well that we are beginning to upload these games to our YouTube channel. In the past, we used live stream, but we're now just using our YouTube channel, Metrocast Channel 10-PA. And if you like that and follow us, you'll be able to see these games. You can send the links to your friends and relatives around the country, if not the world. Maybe you got some relatives in the service who might want to watch the hometown team do some work on the gridiron. All those games will be available for you starting this week, again, on Metrocast Channel 10-PA YouTube channel. All right, we're about to get back to action. You're watching the Wyoming Area hosting the Berwick Bulldogs. It's 6-0. Berwick with the ball. Just had a great run back by Evan Klinger. And Berwick has the ball now at the Wyoming Area 49-yard line. In the back is Alex Force. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Across the middle, and he's got Jared Watts. Watts with room to run, trying to move the ball forward. Going to be brought down at about the 35-yard line. So another first down for the Berwick Bulldogs. Dogs finding a little bit of a rhythm here in the second quarter. Force with time. Jared Watts across the middle. Takes it at the 40. Winds up at the 35-yard line. Whistle blows. And that may be going against the Berwick Bulldogs. And they'll walk it back 5 yards. So now be at the 40. It'll be a 1st and 15 for the Berwick Bulldogs. This has happened a couple times this evening so far. Berwick making progress, and then an unfortunate penalty backs them up a little bit. We'll see how they respond. 6-0 the score. Wyoming Area on top. Beckhorn in motion. Pitch out to Beckhorn. Trying to go up the sideline. He's going to get a couple of yards. Got back to the original line of scrimmage, and then maybe a couple of steps before he stepped out of bounds. Should bring up a 2nd and 8. Beckhorn in motion. Force. Little pitch out to Damon Beckhorn. There's the marker. He's going to get to the marker and a yard or two. Going to say he went out beforehand. 2nd and 11. And charging up for a few yards is Owen Shoemaker. They're going to give him 2. That'll bring up a 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 play. Alex Force, the quarterback. Back to throw. Across the middle. Caught.
by Tegan Wilk. And we'll see where they spot it, whether that's a first down or not. It's a previous run by Shoemaker. Force again with the throw. Finds Tegan Wilk open. And a whistle blows, and Berwick calling a timeout. 8:36 left to play in the first half. It is Wyoming Area 6, Berwick nothing.
First Columbia Bank finances families, futures, and, well, fun.
Fun comes in a lot of shapes and forms for different people. Some people need a new house. That's their fun. Some people need a new car. For Knoebels, it was a new steel roller coaster.
First Columbia has flexibility to manage the twists and turns of large projects like Impulse, while always staying true to their hometown way of doing business. This is what community banking is all about. First Columbia Bank.
And we are back to the continuation of the second quarter. Berwick, 4th and 1. They just came off a timeout. Little shift. And Shoemaker burst through. First down, Berwick. Gets out to the 16-yard line. Needed 1. And he picked up a lot more than that. Berwick right into their stance. Schumacher again. He gets stood up, falls forward, gains a couple. The previous run by Owen Schumacher. Needed 1. He got like 8 or 9 on that one. 2nd and 6 now. Shoemaker again getting the call. Got a few. Previous run. Got 4 yards on that one. And then the last run. Picked up 1 yard on that run. Damon Beckhorn now taking the snap. And there was more likely some motion. And it's against Berwick. They'll back him up 5. Illegal procedure against Berwick. So penalties are hurting the Bulldogs this evening. You can see head coach Randy Spencer at the bottom of the screen for Wyoming Area. Sending out some orders to his team. 3rd and 10 coming up for Berwick. Alex Forrest, the quarterback. Rolling out to his right, looking, lets it fly. Off the fingertips of Damon Beckhorn. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Had a right idea, just a little out of reach. From the 16-yard line, they went for it all. Forrest again rolling. And just missed it. Well defended there by Dimitri DiPietro. And there is a look as we have a timeout on the field. At the Pittston area, that's the Route 315 corridor. Over by Interstate 81. They said over by the intercom stations where our friends at WKRZ and WILK are situated. We're at a break, 7:08 left to go in the first half. 6-0 Wyoming Area on top.
It's time for the 162nd Annual Bloomsburg Fair, September 23rd through the 30th. Enjoy electrifying performances from some of the biggest names in country music. Martina McBride with Jody Messina, Dustin Lynch with William Michael Morgan, and the band Alabama. Plus tractor and truck pulls, figure 8 race with rollover, horse pulling, and the championship demolition derby. Tickets for the Toyota Grandstand shows on sale now. The 162nd Annual Bloomsburg Fair. For more info, go to bloomsburgfair.com or call 570-387-4145.
All right, we're back to Wyoming Area in West Pittston.
Looks like we'll have a 33-yard field goal attempt by Ken Marshman.
Field goal coming up. They're at the 16-yard line. Pass attempt didn't work, and so here comes number 30, Ken Marshman. Good soccer player, and the kicker for Berwick. Kick is away and is up, and it is good. Berwick on the board with a field goal. The score is now 6-3. Wyoming Area on top. Back with more action after this.
Spending Saturdays catching up on our shows begins with me and Bert. With MetroCast, our connection's super fast. I can stream movies, TV shows from all the top sites. Buy something cute for Bert, adorable, maybe find a date. And with free Wi-Fi hotspots, I'm online at the dog park too. After all, MetroCast begins with me and Bert. Good boy.
MetroCast, advanced video, internet, and phone.
Welcome back. Wyoming Area hosting the Berwick Bulldogs. Ken Marshall with the field goal, and the score is 6-3 now. 6:56 left to play here in the first half. Kickoff. Pulled in by Robert Trottini, and he is off to the races down the sideline, pushed out of bounds at about the 45. He nearly broke free on that one. You heard the name Ken Marshman. Kicked him out of play, kicked him out of bounds. And it appears there was a little infraction. A hold against Warriors, and that will back them up to the 20-yard line. So this pretty good run from the 5 by Robert Trottini. Skirting the sidelines right there. Ken Marshman knocked him out of play, but a hold way back at the 20 is where the ball is spotted. It's 1st and 10, Wyoming Area with the ball. Leading by 3. And being chased. Has to get rid of it. You saw number 23, Jimmy LeGrand, break through and give Dominic DeLuca some good chase. DeLuca back to pass. LeGrand coming in pretty much untouched. Gets him by the shoulders. Can't hang on, and he just has to throw that one away. 2nd and 10 now for the Wyoming Area Warriors. Handoff.
Handoff to Corey Mruck.
Corey Mruck gets a couple of yards on that one.
Joshua Snyder. Brian Labaugh in on the tackle. Make it 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 coming up. Another handoff. That's enough for a first down. A little bit more. Mruck again. Saw a flag come in at the end.
Face mask penalty against Berwick.
And a face mask. Go back to the previous play.
Penalty moves the ball to the 40.
The handoff to Mr. Mruck. Ryan Labaugh there to put the stop to it. couple of yards on that one. Here comes the face mask play. See if you can pick up on it.
Joshua Snyder again in on the tackle.
And looks like Ryan Lawbaugh might have got a finger in there by accident.
2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 coming up. Catch up on our replays. Dominic DeLuca. And Ruck again. Back to live action. Working around the end. Out near first down territory. He is number 22, Donovan O'Boyle. Just a little shy. Wyoming Area moving the ball nicely.
Into the 48, 3rd and 2.
Donovan O'Boyle here, doing a nice job following his lead blocker. Finally grabbed by Tegan Wilk. Brought down just shy. 3rd and 2 for the Warriors at the Berwick 48-yard line. Actually at their own 48-yard line. O'Boyle again, he's going to get swallowed up in the backfield for a loss. Good job by the defense of Berwick.
With the initial hit. Loss is back to the 45. We'll make it 4th and 5.
Both of these teams coming in equal records, 2-0.
To look at a punt.
Wyoming Area beat Crestwood last week by a score of 21-18. Actually, they lost to Crestwood, 21-18. They did beat Wallenpaupack in their opener, 7-3. So Wyoming Area coming into this game 1-1. Berwick coming in 2-0. Got our replay all queued up. Here's the previous play. And Evan Klinger getting in there first. Wyoming Area going to have to punt now. Ball is away. And that's going to go out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So a rather short punt, bad angle. Berwick will get the ball at midfield. You're watching Berwick at Wyoming Area football. 3:47 left to play in the half. It is 6-3. Warriors on top.
The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is a regional philanthropic organization with over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund. From those funds, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Recently accredited with the National Standards for U.S. Community Foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever.
Berwick set to get going. 3:47 left to go here in the first half. 6-3 is the score. Alex Forrest, the quarterback for the Dogs. He'll hand that off to Klinger. Klinger bounces forward for 2 yards maybe.
Like Segalka in on the tackle. Into 2nd and 8.
Klinger taking that handoff. A little bit of a gap filled in quickly by the Warriors defense. Both of these teams very strong defensively. And you saw the movement there.
Not a flag.
Looked like Tom Monaco jumped. And that will be a false start. It'll back him up 5 yards. So instead of 2nd and 8, it'll be a 2nd and 13 now. Right there, you saw the move. Force across the middle. Once again to Jared Watts. And they're going to say that was a catch. A nice sliding grab by Jared Watts to bring it up to the 46-yard line. 3 yards shy. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3 for Berwick.
Clock running. Handoff. Klinger trying to make up that three. Not looking like he got it. He's close. Jared Watts, previous play. Sliding catch here. Nice job. Kept the ball up off the ground. And they're going to have to measure. Forcing the handoff to Evan Klinger. Klinger busting through. Gets out near the first down. And it is very close. They're going to bring out the chains. Take a measurement. 2:28 left to play here in the first half. Score is 6-3. Wyoming Area on top. They're going to stretch out that chain. And it is just short by that much.
They'll make it
fourth and inches for Berwick Area. At the about the 43-yard line of Wyoming Area. We'll see if Coach Frank Sheptock wants to go for it. So it's fourth and a couple of inches for Berwick. And they are going to go for it. And here we go, fourth and inches for Berwick. Alex Force, and he will drive forward, and that is going to be enough for a first down. Actually gets out close to the 40-yard line. Needed 2 inches, got 2 yards. And by math, that adds up to a good deal.
Good for a first down.
Force on the keeper. First down for Berwick from the Wyoming Area 41-yard line. Forced to throw, going for it. Out of reach for Tegan Wilk.
Incomplete. Second and 10.
Back to throw again. He's got room to run. Force taken off. Out near first down territory.
Force on the keeper, brought down by Corey Ruck. Into the 29.
Force's previous pass. Trying to get that one to Tegan Wilk. Little too much oomph on that one. Archie Norris in motion. High snap, ball is loose. And looks like Berwick jumped on that one. Here's the previous play by Alex Force. Going back to throw, not seeing much, but he sees a lane open up, and he just hangs on to it, takes a run, gets past the first down marker and a little bit extra.
Actually about a 2-yard gain on that play, make it 2nd and 8.
And then you had the mistake. A high snap. Snapping in this game has been an issue for Berwick. And it looked like Force jumped out at himself. Enough for a small gain. That'll bring up a 2nd and 8 for Berwick. And Coach Sheptock has called a timeout here with 1:29 left to go in the first half. Calm everybody down. Get refocused. And we'll take a break. 6-3 is the score. Wyoming Area on top.
Why call Century 21? Because powerful counts. Powerful means 111,000 associates in 78 countries and one right here in our neck of the woods. Powerful brings insight on zoning, construction, and restrictions. Stuff you need help with. It's the biggest financial investment of your life. Better pick Powerful. Why call Century 21? Because professional matters. Professional knows what sells, what doesn't, and why. Professional knows the difference between a floating rate and a floating slab. For a purchase this big, better pick the power of Professional.
Still want to know how she does that with the key ring. 1:35 showing on the clock. We added a few seconds to it. It's going to be a 2nd and 8 for Berwick. They're just coming off a timeout. Ball is at the Wyoming Area 27-yard line. Berwick trying to take a lead before they go into the half. Alex Force at quarterback. He takes the snap back to throw. Out to Beckhorn on the side.
Force pass complete to Beckhorn.
Got back to the original line of scrimmage. Might have got a yard out of that.
No gain. 3rd and 8.
Here, no gain. You can see him right there at the marker, Beckhorn. And that is well read. 3rd and 8 now. Force back to throw. Going for the corner. And that's going to fall a little bit short.
Pass intended for Beckhorn, incomplete.
And that'll bring up a 4th and 8.
4th and 8.
Again, both teams have struggled offensively early here in the season. That one just didn't get enough there to get there. Again, well guarded by Robert Trattini. 4th and 8, and Berwick is going to go for it from the Wyoming Area 27-yard line, and the ball gets snapped.
Loose ball on the play. Recovered by Damon Barheit for the Warriors.
Warriors get the ball. Force was looking to the sideline, getting some instructions, it looked like, and then the ball just was hiked at him. Penalty. Little discussion on the sideline as Coach Sheptock wants to talk things over. Here you can see Alex Force looking to the sideline, and then the ball is just going to get snapped. Hits him in the chest. Loose ball. Wyoming Area comes with it.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
So an unsportsmanlike conduct.
We'll move the ball to the 46. 1st and 10 Warriors.
So at least 3 times in this game, that ball has been snapped unexpectedly. Wyoming Area with the ball.
And off to Corey Murock.
They'll get out to midfield. About 4-yard gain on that play.
2nd and 6.
Less than a minute to go on the half. Still moving.
Keegan Wilkin on tackle.
Good job by Corey Murock. Here's the previous run.
Into the 47, 3rd and 3.
Once again, Corey Murock getting through. And then again with 44 seconds showing on the clock. Murock ducking his head. Reaching out, getting a few extra yards. So 3rd and 2. Murock is not going anywhere. And that is where the
half will come to an end with Wyoming Area leading Berwick by a score of 6-3. We'll come back with a couple of first half highlights and mishaps, and we'll take a listen to the Berwick High School Marching Band as well when we come back. You're watching Berwick at Wyoming Area High School football on MetroCast Channel 10.
First Columbia Bank finances families, futures, and, well, fun.
Fun comes in a lot of shapes and forms for different people. Some people need a new house. That's their fun. Some people need a new car. For Knoebels, it was a new steel roller coaster.
First Columbia has flexibility to manage the twists and turns of large projects like Impulse, while always staying true to their hometown way of doing business. This is what community banking is all about. First Columbia Bank.
It's time for the 162nd Annual Bloomsburg Fair, September 23rd through the 30th. Catch performances by Christian hip-hop artist Toby Mac, the famous singer-songwriter Paul Anka, and fresh from their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, it's the band Chicago with special guest JD and the Straight Shot, plus tractor and truck pulls, figure 8 race with rollover, and the championship Demolition Derby. Tickets for the Toyota Grandstand shows on sale now. Go to bloomsburgfair.com or call 570-387-4145.
My Wi-Fi begins with me. With MetroCast, I can watch TV even when I'm on safari in my backyard, explore the stars, message my mom for more marshmallows, tell spooky stories with my friend. It was quiet, too quiet.
That's enough, Charlie. Lights out.
Oh, Mom. When it comes to my world, MetroCast begins with me.
MetroCast, advanced video, internet, and phone.
And welcome back. It's halftime. Berwick at Wyoming Area. A couple of first half highlights for you. Again, it's a 6-3 game. And that came about after this punt by Dominic DeLuca. Very close to the end of the first quarter. Ball is going to come down, take a bounce. And right there, it touches the arm of Ryan Lawbaugh. And Tegan Wilkes sees that, tries to jump on it. Ball is loose. And the ball is down, and Wyoming Area comes away with the fumble. That set up the following pass. Dominic DeLuca back to throw, being pressured by the Berwick Bulldogs defense, rolls out to his right. And he is going to find his man right at the goal line. Good catch by number 10, Mark Minichello. The first quarter comes to an end, so we begin the second quarter with a 1st and goal for Wyoming Area. Darren Rodney trying to punch his way through. Nowhere, nothing to do. Great job by the Berwick defense. Second and goal. DeLuca again handing off to Darren Rodney. Trying to bust through. Berwick defense steps up and push him back. Finally, 3rd and goal. They decide not to go up the middle. Instead, they go to the outside. Darren Rodney waltzes in for the 6. The extra point is no good, and it's 6-0 at that point. Couple highlights for Berwick. Alex Force and a handoff here to Evan Klinger. Going to get rocked by Rodney right there. Stays on his feet though. Evan Klinger still manages to keep his momentum going over midfield. Turns a short gain into a big gain. And then we had the Alex Force going for it all here, trying to get it to David Beckhorn, falling a little bit short, which kind of the way things were. A field goal by number 30, Ken Marshman, was the only score for Berwick in the first half. So that's where we stand. It is 6-3, Wyoming Area leading over Berwick. And we'll come back with a quick listen to the Berwick High School Marching Band after this on MetroCast Channel 10.
The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is a regional philanthropic organization with over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund. From those funds, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Recently accredited with the National Standards for U.S. Community Foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever. Why call Century 21? Because powerful counts. Powerful means 111,000 associates in 78 countries and one right here in our neck of the woods. Powerful brings insight on zoning, construction, and restrictions. Stuff you need help with. It's the biggest financial investment of your life. Better pick Powerful.
And welcome back to high school football on MetroCast Channel 10, Berwick and Wyoming area. The Berwick Marching Band under the direction of John Obringer, his first year as the high school music director, replacing longtime director Ron Wasser, who retired last year. John Obringer and the Berwick Marching Band. Berwick Area Marching Band, again under the direction of first-year director John Obringer. Nice job, and people here marveling at the size of the Berwick Marching Band. Around, I think they said something around 70 people, at least over 70, something like that. 70 students involved in this. Some of the schools have 25 or 30 kids involved in their marching bands in the area. Berwick, very musically proud and football proud as well. It's 6-3, Wyoming area leading. We'll see how Berwick responds in the second half after this. You're watching high school football on MetroCast Channel 10.
Why call Century 21? Because professional matters. Professional knows what sells, what doesn't, and why. Professional knows the difference between a floating rate and a floating slab. For a purchase this big, better pick the power of professional.
First Columbia Bank finances families, futures, and, well, fun.
Fun comes in a lot of shapes and forms for different people. Some people need a new house. That's their fun. Some people need a new car. For Knoebels, it was a new steel roller coaster.
First Columbia has flexibility to manage the twists and turns of large projects like Impulse, while always staying true to their hometown way of doing business. This is what community banking is all about. First Columbia Bank.
It's time for the 162nd Annual Bloomsburg Fair, September 23rd through the 30th. Enjoy electrifying performances from some of the biggest names in country music. Martina McBride with Jody Messina, Dustin Lynch with William Michael Morgan, and the band Alabama. Plus tractor and truck pulls, figure eight race with rollover, horse pulling, and the championship demolition derby. Tickets for the Toyota Grandstand shows on sale now. The 162nd Annual Bloomsburg Fair. For more info, go to bloomsburgfair.com or call 570-387-4145.
And they're saying that if you want to go to some of those shows, buy the tickets through the fair website. Do not go to the first site that comes up, because some of those are what they used to call scalpers. You should not be paying a couple $100 for tickets to go to the Bloomsburg Fair. There are plenty of seats available at regular prices. As we start the second half, Anthony Minichello on the kickoff return gets out to the 22-yard line. And that is where Wyoming Area will get to work here in the second half. The score is 6-3.
At about the 21, first and 10.
Wyoming Area getting a 6 after a punt bobble. Berwick touched the punt, didn't pick it up in time, was recovered by Wyoming Area. That led to 6 points in the start of the second quarter. Berwick then was able to march downfield and get a field goal, and that accounts for the scoring so far here in this game. Dominic DeLuca, quarterback for the Warriors. Hand off to Minichello, and he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield. He's going to drag R.J. Norris with him for a little while.
Ralph Norris on the stop.
Gets a little bit out of that.
Second and 4.
Hand off to Mark Minichello. Number of white jerseys there. Whistle's going to blow. And they have to burn a timeout already. Wyoming Area does. There is Frank Sheptock, the head coach of Berwick, bringing his team in. They want to talk things over.
Spending Saturdays catching up on our shows begins with me and Bert. With MetroCast, our connection's super fast. I can stream movies, TV shows from all the top sites. Buy something cute for Bert, adorable, maybe find a date. And with free Wi-Fi hotspots, I'm online at the dog park too. After all, MetroCast begins with me and Bert. Good boy.
MetroCast, advanced video, internet, and phone.
Welcome back. Look at some of the coaching staff of the Wyoming Area as the team comes back onto the field. A quick timeout to start the second half. They didn't like what they saw. They wanted to regroup. Dominic DeLuca at the quarterback for the Warriors. Takes the snap, and he will keep it himself. Cuts inside, gets out to about the 30-yard line.
Klinger and Jimmy LeGrand in on the tackle.
A couple yards shy of the first down, but a good run.
30, third and 2.
Minichello getting the fake handoff. DeLuca keeps it himself. Good job by the offensive line. Finally brought down there by number 8, Evan Klinger, and 23, Jimmy LeGrand. 3rd and 2 now for the Warriors. Pass across, that's good for a completion. Still on his feet. Nice job by Brian Williams, number 6, catching the ball. Staying on his feet, spinning around, getting out to the 45-yard line. That'll be a 1st and 10 for the Wyoming Area Warriors. DeLuca back to pass. Williams all by himself. A little short. Gets stood up there by Ryan Lawbaugh.
Handoff to Darren Rodney.
And a handoff to Darren Rodney, and he's able to bust through out to the Berwick 49-yard line. Gain of 7. That'll bring up a 2nd and 3. They're going to say 2nd and 2. Tail end of that run. Darren Rodney, nice job. And now the Berwick defense steps up and puts him down. No gain on that play.
Thomas Monaco, Noah Craig in on the tackle.
Corey Mruck
no gain
on the carry.
3.
Quick handoff to Corey Mruck. 3rd and 2. We're in the third quarter. Wyoming Area leading 6-3.
DeLuca's going to keep it himself. Turns it up. And not sure if he got that or not.
Joe Lynn on the hit.
Back to the original line of scrimmage. Might have got a couple of inches. Not enough. That'll bring up a fourth and 1. DeLuca on the keeper. In on that tackle, Joseph Lynn and Ryan Lawbaugh, the first to get to him. So that's a 4th and 2 now for the Wyoming Warriors, and they go back to punt.
Klinger and Beckhorn deep.
And they fake the punt. And it looks like that might have been well read. That's out close. Depends where the spot is. I believe they hiked it straight to Darren Rodney. So a fake punt, and it didn't work. Berwick will get the ball back, and there are some of the fans that made the trip up here to Wyoming area in the West Pittston area to watch tonight's game. All having a good time, a little bit on the cool side, but it's not raining. Now look at that fake. Hiked directly to Darren Rodney. And they were going to try to get the 2. Didn't do it. And now it's Berwick's ball. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Alex Force. A handoff to Evan Klinger. Klinger out past midfield.
Klinger on the carry.
Got about 4 yards on that. Should bring up a 2nd and 6.
Cameron Carr. Damon Borheit in on the tackle.
Evan Klinger, good back for the Bulldogs. Was good last year, even better this year. Klinger in motion. And a flag is thrown. And illegal procedure motion against Berwick, and penalties have been killing the Bulldogs tonight. That'll back them up 5, bring up a 2nd and 12.
2nd and 13.
7:41 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Alex Force back in the shotgun. Looking to throw. Going across the middle, and that's going to fall a little bit short.
Intended for Tegan Wilk.
Tegan Wilk, the intended receiver, and it drops just in front of him. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 12. So Berwick struggling on offense tonight a little bit. Not just one player. Idea was there. Wilk was open, just a little bit short on the pass. 3rd and 12. Klinger gets the handoff. He's through. That's enough for a 1st down.
Klinger on the carry. DeLuca into Petro on the stop. Into the 38. Make it 4th and 1.
Oh, just a little bit short apparently. Evan Klinger with the handoff. Finds a big gap. 4th and inches.
Sharkuski in punt formation. Minicello deep.
And now Berwick wants to take a timeout. They're going to rethink it. Decide whether they should go for it or not. You're watching Berwick and Wyoming Area football. The score 6-3 Wyoming Area on top.
Wyoming Area football.
The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is a regional philanthropic organization with over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund. From those funds, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Recently accredited with the National Standards for U.S. Community Foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever.
Quick timeout. Berwick needed to think about things for a moment. 4th and 1 situation for the Bulldogs. They're down by 3. We're in the third quarter. They were set for a punt. They're going to go for it instead. Force, quick throw out, and it falls short to Beckhorn. Berwick will turn it over on downs. They try for the hurry up. The throw was made.
Warriors again take over on downs. 1st and 10 from the 43.
You can see right here, Wyoming area wasn't even set. Berwick trying to get through. Quick snap. They rushed the throw. A little bit short. And there's conversation up here that they could have conceivably just taken the ball and run forward with it and gotten the first down. Nonetheless, Wyoming area with the ball. 7:11 left to play in the third quarter. Here comes Dominic DeLuca. And a handoff to Rodney Darren, and is met with a wall of white shirts.
Joshua Snyder with the hit.
And we got a player down. So we'll take a little break. Show you the first run of that series. Dominic DeLuca. Handoff to Darren Rodney, number 1. And he is wrapped up right away by number 57. That is J.J. Snyder. Little break for injury. We will take a timeout.
Why call Century 21? Because powerful counts. Powerful means 111,000 associates in 78 countries and one right here in our neck of the woods. Powerful brings insight on zoning, construction, and restrictions. Stuff you need help with. It's the biggest financial investment of your life. Better pick Powerful. Why call Century 21? Because professional matters. Professional knows what sells, what doesn't, and why. Professional knows the difference between a floating rate and a floating slab. For a purchase this big, better pick the power of Professional.
Injury timeout over. Back to the action. 6:56 left to play here in the third quarter. It is Wyoming area 6 and Berwick 3. Ball is at the Wyoming area 38-yard line. 2nd and 10. Dominic DeLuca back in the shotgun position. Minichello in motion. He takes the handoff. Turns up. Wrapped up by Tegan Wilk. Winds up with about a 5-yard, maybe a 6-yard gain.
49.
So a good run by number 10, Mark Minichello right here. Finds that gap, turns it upfield. And you see Tegan Wilk coming in there to take him down. Ball is spotted at the 49-yard line. That can bring up a 3rd and 4 for the Warriors. DeLuca keeps it, being chased, lets it fly. Broken up. And you heard somebody not happy about a flag. Evan Klinger there to break that one up.
4th and 4.
4th and 4 coming up for the Wyoming area Warriors. Good fake to Minichello. DeLuca with time. Getting a little pressure there.
Klinger and Wilk deep for Berwick.
And a flag.
Flag before the play.
False start against Wyoming area, and that'll back them up a little bit further. 4th and 9. Now for Wyoming area. Here's the boot. Good kick.
And a fair catch is called there by Tegan Wilk. Berwick will take over at their own 29-yard line. Down by 3, 5:47 left to play. It is Berwick at Wyoming Area.
First Columbia Bank finances families, futures, and, well, fun.
Fun comes in a lot of shapes and forms for different people. Some people need a new house. That's their fun. Some people need a new car. For Knoebels, it was a new steel roller coaster.
First Columbia has flexibility to manage the twists and turns of large projects like Impulse, while always staying true to their hometown way of doing business. This is what community banking is all about. First Columbia Bank.
And a big thank you to First Columbia Bank and Trust, longtime sponsors of sports here on MetroCast Channel 10. We thank you very much for your continued support, and we hope that you will visit their banks and check them all out. Berwick, 1st and 10. Handoff to Klinger. From the 29.
DeLuca on the tackle. Hit him about 4.
Got 4 yards. Bring up a 2nd and 6 now for Berwick. 5:20 to go here in the third quarter. Force loses the ball, has to go back and scramble to land on it. Who's got it? Still open.
Loose ball on the play.
And Wyoming Area, second time in the game, recovers a fumble and puts them in great position. Catch up on replays here. This is Evan Klinger off to a good start, gets 4 yards on that carry. There's some of the fans. Good snap. Force back to throw. He just kind of loses it. Ball might have been slippery. Goes back to land on it. Gets hit as he does. Ball is loose. And before you know it, Wyoming Area has got the ball at the Berwick 15-yard line. And a handoff.
Handoff to Darren
Big
Rodney.
run. Looked like he wasn't going to go anywhere. Darren Rodney took it at the 15-yard line, was able to turn it into a 6-yard gain, 7-yard actually. Nice job by Darren Rodney. Keeping those legs moving. 2nd and 3. DeLuca to Rodney. Breaks one tackle. Gets stood up, but gets maybe a yard.
Noah Craig, Eric Montez in on the tackle. No gain on the play. 3rd and 3.
Third and 3 as you heard. Darren Rodney getting stood up on this one. Darren Rodney again working on the outside, being chased, trying to turn it upfield. Going to get caught from behind by Jimmy LeGrand, number 23. No gain on the play. It'll bring up a 4th down. Berwick trying to keep this a 3-point game.
On that play, make it 4th and about
DeLuca
4.
pitching that one out to Darren Rodney. Rodney looking upfield. You can see LeGrand right there, number 23. Had a beat on it the entire way. Evan Klinger also in on that one. As was number 44, Joseph Lynn. 4th and 3, third quarter action. Wyoming Area trying to extend their lead. And the Warriors want a timeout. They want to talk this over. They've got to figure out a way to get some more points on the board. We got 3:10 left to play in the third. The score is Wyoming Area 6, Berwick 3. Let's find out what's happening at the Bloomsburg Fair this year.
It's time for the 162nd Annual Bloomsburg Fair, September 23rd through the 30th. Catch performances by Christian hip-hop artist Toby Mac, the famous singer-songwriter Paul Anka, and fresh from their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, it's the band Chicago with special guest JD and the Straight Shot, plus tractor and truck pulls, figure 8 race with rollover, and the championship Demolition Derby. Tickets for the Toyota Grandstand shows on sale now. Go to BloomsburgFair.com or call 570-387-4145.
And we're told there are lots of good seats for Paul Anka still available on that Monday night at Fair Week. Put Your Head on My Shoulder, Diana. Lots of great hits. My Way, he wrote that one. I think he did. Anyway, here we go. 4th and 3. Dominic DeLuca at quarterback. Wyoming Area with the ball. A handoff to Minichello. Looking to throw back to DeLuca. DeLuca in for the touchdown. Wyoming Area takes a 12-3 lead with 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Nice dial-up by the coaching staff, Randy Spencer and his coaching staff at Wyoming Area to get the ball over the end zone. Wyoming Area on their second TD of the game. And the crowd loves it. And they are going to go for 2. Try and make this a tighter score. DeLuca out to the side. And a good throw and a good catch by Shane Eslick. It is 14-3. Wyoming Area up by 11. Go back and look at that touchdown play again. The handoff to Minichello. Minichello goes to the left. Looks like he's going to throw to the end zone. Reverses. Sees Dominic DeLuca all by himself. DeLuca takes the ball at the 5 and waltzes into the end zone for another 6. And even the extra point attempt was well designed. DeLuca taking the snap. Rolling out to his left. Shane Eslick in the far corner. Nobody out there on him, all by himself, and an extra 2 points. It is 14-3. Wyoming Area leading the Berwick Bulldogs with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
My Wi-Fi begins with me. With MetroCast, I can watch TV even when I'm on safari in my backyard. Explore the stars, message my mom for more marshmallows, tell spooky stories with my friend. It was quiet. Too quiet.
That's enough, Charlie. Lights out.
Oh, Mom. When it comes to my world, MetroCast begins with me.
MetroCast, advanced video, internet, and phone.
Coach Frank Sheptock pacing the sidelines over there. His team down by 11 to Wyoming Area. 14-3 is the score. Warriors able to put together a score on a fumble by quarterback Alex Force. They got the ball deep into Berwick territory and were able to, on a 4th and 3, turn that into a score. Berwick is able to bring it back out to about the 33-yard line. That is number 19, Alex Parks, on the return. They'll spot it at the 34. So the series went like this. Alex Force
returned to the 34.
Lost the ball. It's been raining, kind of wet. That was recovered by Wyoming Area. A couple of plays later, after not being able to push it through, DeLuca hands it off to Minichello. Minichello to the left, turns back around, and looks for DeLuca, who is out on the right side of the field all by himself, that makes a catch at the 5, in for the touchdown. That ball is tipped.
For Beckhorn is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
So Berwick struggling here this evening, much to the chagrin of the fans who drove up here to see this game. Force with the pass, having that one tipped in the air. Beckhorn can't get to it. 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter.
Force with the handoff. And a nice run by Evan Klinger. Got about 9 yards, a yard shy of the first down.
3rd and 1.
And there's the first down.
On the carry again.
Berwick getting back to what they do, run the ball. Klinger getting 9 yards on this one, falling forward. Quick regroup.
Into the 46, good for first down.
And then Klinger getting the extra yard they needed for the first down. 1st and 10, Berwick from the 46-yard line. Back to throw. Going deep.
Force pass intended for Wilk.
Trying to get it to Tegan Wilk. Guarded there well by Robert Trattini. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 now. Ball just a little bit underthrown. Or Tegan is just a little too fast. It wound up hitting Trattini in the arm. 2nd and 10. Force with the snap. Across the middle. And again, just out of reach.
For Wilk, incomplete.
And Tegan Wilk can't quite get up there to get it. Again, being guarded closely by Robert Trattini.
3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 coming out now for the Berwick Bulldogs from their own 46-yard line. Force across the middle, just off the fingertips. 3rd and 10. 2:04 to play in the 3rd quarter. Norris in motion. And that ball gets snapped again before he's ready. Evan Klinger, though, to pick it up. Tries to run forward with it. It's going to be driven out of bounds.
Taken out of bounds by Brian Williams.
After about a yard, that'll bring up a 4th and 9 situation. So several times in this game, the ball has been snapped before Alex Force was ready or something along that lines. Very confusing.
4th and 9.
Norris in motion. See Force looking to the right. Maybe the hand motion, but that ball was snapped before he was ready. Evan Klinger fortunately there to pull that one in and run for a yard gain. Ball at the 47. They're going to have to punt this one away. Alex Sharkuski takes the snap. Lots of time. Gets off a good punt. And a fair catch made down at about the 26-yard line. So a lot of penalties against Berwick tonight and a few miscues causing some issues. Wyoming Area able to capitalize and get 2 touchdowns out of it. They lead 14-3. Want a copy of this game on DVD? Type in metrocast.com/Channel10PA into your browser on the internet. Metrocast.com/Channel10PA. At the bottom of the page, you will find the DVD ordering instructions, even a printout that you can fill out and send in with your payment, and we'll get it out to you as quick as possible. DeLuca back to pass. Screens it out, avoids a tackle, off and running.
DeLuca's pass complete to Robbie Trattini.
And a nice gain by Robert Trattini. Although, as has been the case in this game tonight, with any relatively big play, flag is thrown.
It's face mask penalty.
Face mask against Berwick. So they'll add that to the end of the run. Ball was
5-yard face mask penalty moves the ball to be Berwick 48. 1st and 10 Warriors.
Warriors. Out to Trattini. Gets free of that tackle. Avoids a couple of more. Right there at the end. Just got a finger in. Live action. Caught right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on that one.
Ralph Norris, Joe Lynch, Jimmy LeGrand
Okay, Wyoming Area back to the line. They pitch it out to Darren Rodney. Rodney nowhere to go. Tripped up by Tegan Wilk.
Losses back to the 49.
So after a big gain and a little extra due to a penalty, it is 3rd and 11 for Wyoming Area. DeLuca with the handoff here. Actually pitches it out to Darren Rodney. Rodney looking upfield. And taking him down, number 7, Tegan Wilk. Mr. Wilk has been all over the field tonight. Offensively, done some nice things, and defensively, done some nice things as well. That is the end of the third quarter with the score. Wyoming Area 14, Berwick 3.
The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is a regional philanthropic organization with over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund. From those funds, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Recently accredited with the National Standards for U.S. Community Foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever.
And we are back. Berwick and Wyoming Area, fourth quarter about to begin. Wyoming Area, 3rd and 11 coming up. DeLuca. Minichello slips and falls, and it'll bring up a 4th down at midfield.
By Noah Craig. Gaining maybe a yard. 4th and 12.
DeLuca again with the handoff to Minichello. Tries to turn upfield right there and might have got tripped up. 11:20 left to play in the game. Berwick down by 11. And Wyoming Area is back to punt. And that's going to be delay of game.
Delay of game penalty against the Warriors.
And that'll back him up a little bit more, another 5 yards. And give Dominic DeLuca, the quarterback, great defensive back, defensive end, and of course now kicker. Some room to play. Gets it up high. It is taken in by Wilk, who is off to the races.
Taking Wilk on the return.
Wrapped up at about the 47-yard line. And that's where Berwick will have to get to work. They are down by 11.
There is a flag on the play.
And a flag. And people are shaking their heads like, well, not a surprise. That's the way this game has been going. A hold against Berwick. So instead of at the 47-yard line, the infraction was at the 39-yard line, so they're going to back up to the 29-yard line. That's where Berwick will take over. Here's the punt.
1st down, Berwick.
Tegan Wilk getting through. Good run back. Live action again. Working the 5 side of the field. Evan Klinger unable to get anything done there. Maybe got a yard. That'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Clock is running. 10.5 left to play in the game. Berwick in need of some touchdowns. Haven't been able to do a whole lot offensively. Penalties have been hurting them. And some miscues. Alex Forrest at quarterback. Takes the snap. Again, a handoff to Klinger. Klinger up the middle.
Klinger again on the carry.
Gets another 2 or 3.
Ruck and Joseph in on the tackle. 3rd and 5.
Heard field announcer. He got about 3 yards out of that run. Alex Force, back corner in motion. Forced to throw. He's going to keep it, going to run for it. And he rolls forward. Might have got in there.
Brought down by Dominic DePietro.
Just enough for the first down. Ball spot at the 40-yard line. That is a first down for Berwick. So a nice little run by Alex Force.
Ball spotted at the 40. Good for a first down.
Fakes the handoff. Beckhorn looking for the pitch. It's tripped up, but lands at the 40. 1st and 10 for the Berwick Bulldogs. A little discussion going on with the head referee and the line judges. And you can see Coach Randy Spencer at the bottom of the screen. Not sure what they're doing. Might be something with the clock. Mr. Pisano coming over to have a conversation with somebody. Trying to get their attention. Well, anyway, this game, along with all the other ones we've had so far, will be showing up on our YouTube channel here very shortly. Metrocast Channel 10-PA. Just go to YouTube, type in Metrocast Channel 10-PA, follow and like us, and then you'll be able to watch the games of the season a little late, but better late than never, on our Metrocast Channel 10-PA YouTube page. Still not sure what that was all about. Might have been a fan issue. 9:47 left to play in the game. Berwick with the ball, 1st and 10. Alex Force with the handoff to Evan Klinger. Klinger slips. He tries to make that turn. With a 2-yard gain, that'll bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs as they try to get a couple more scores to get back in this game. They're down by 11. Second and 8. Force with the snap. Looking to throw, being pressured. Nothing doing. He's going to get wrapped up. And Berwick takes the sack. Number 15, Shane Eslick on the quarterback sack. And that drops it back on the 34-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 16 for Berwick. Force back to throw. Number of green shirts getting through. He avoids one tackle, but Eslick is right there finally to bring him down. 3rd and 16, Force to throw. Thinks about it, thinks twice. Across the middle, out of reach, nearly picked off. Couple of white shirts able to maybe catch that one. The intended receiver was number 16, Denver Knorr. Damon Beckhorn coming in at the end there to try and collect it in as well. Nothing doing. And so Berwick with 8:27 showing on the clock will have to punt this one away.
Sharkuski to punt.
Force back. Nope, doesn't do it. Holds on for a second, being chased. Finally tries to get out to Denver Knorr, a little bit out of reach. Nearly picked off by DeLuca. And the punt is pulled in by Minichello. Minichello down the sidelines. Finally dragged out of play by Ryan Lawbaugh.
Taken out of bounds by Ryan Lawbaugh. Thomas Monaco.
Good run back by the Warriors. Berwick's going to have to watch out. Flag on the play, of course.
Holding penalty
And a holding against Wyoming Area, so that'll benefit the Berwick Bulldogs a little bit.
Ball will be spotted at the Berwick 47. First.
Here's the run back.
by Mark Minichello. Out past the 50, 20, 25, and then Lawball pulls him out, but the fraction occurred back away, so the ball's at the Berwick 47-yard line. 1st and 10, 8:14 on the clock. Wyoming Area is going to want to eat that clock. Pitch out to Darren Rodney. Rodney turns the corner. Gets 2 or 3 yards on that play. They'll bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Warriors of Wyoming Area as they try to seal the deal on this one.
2nd and 8.
Warriors coming in 1 and 2, or 1 and 1 on the season actually. DeLuca to Mark Minichello. Seven and a half left to play. Dominic DeLuca pitches it out to number 22, Donovan O'Boyle. Boyle turns upfield.
Donovan O'Boyle on the carry.
Goes sideways, but turns it up and winds up with a 4-yard gain.
Wilk with the tackle. In about the 41. 3rd and 4.
DeLuca pitching it out to O'Boyle. O'Boyle finds that gap. Third and 4. 6:50 to play. DeLuca to O'Boyle again, and he gets stood up after maybe 1 yard. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 3.
On the tackle. 4th and 3.
Warriors going to want to try to get another score here if they can. Good job defensively by Berwick. They're at the Berwick 40-yard line. Some discussion on what to do. So they decided they're going to try and punt this one. Dominic DeLuca back to punt. The referees conferring. In the background, you can see Coach Sheptock and his Berwick Bulldogs in the white jerseys. Some cheerleaders behind them. Warriors in the forefront trying to figure out what's going on.
Delay a game penalty against the Warriors.
And the Warriors get delay a game, so they want to be able to back up a little bit, give DeLuca a little bit more room. 4th and 8 now. DeLuca is just about set to punt. 5:55 showing on the clock. Berwick should get the ball back. Little confusion on the field. And they want the clock. I thought I saw 6:01. There it is. Reset the game clock. So 6:01 left in this game. Wyoming Area leading 14-3. Facing a 4th and 8. The Warriors are going to punt this one away. And there it goes. And that one is pulled in by Tegan Wilk. And he's off. Out past midfield. Is he going to make it all the way? Being chased down to the 10. Touchdown, Berwick. It is confirmed. A punt return with 5:43 showing on the clock by Tegan Wilk. Puts Berwick at 9, and the crowd, Berwick fans going wild.
Ken Marshman to attempt the point after.
Ken Marshman. A star soccer player for the Berwick Soccer Club. About to attempt the point after. Kick is up. And it is good, and it's a 4-point game just like that. Tegan Wilk taking the ball at the 20-yard line on a punt return. Finding a couple of gaps, a couple of good blocks, no flags, out to the 40. Across midfield. To the Wyoming Area 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, and they're not going to catch him. Tegan Wilk in for 6 for Berwick. The score 14-10. Ensuing kickoff after this.
Why call Century 21? Because powerful counts. Powerful means 111,000 associates in 78 countries and one right here in our neck of the woods. Powerful brings insight on zoning, construction, and restrictions. Stuff you need help with. It's the biggest financial investment of your life. Better pick Powerful. Why call Century 21? Because professional matters. Professional knows what sells, what doesn't, and why. Professional knows the difference between a floating rate and a floating slab. For a purchase this big, better pick the power of Professional.
And welcome back. An 80-yard touchdown return has got Berwick right back into this game, courtesy of Tegan Wilk. A punt return. And we're going to have the kickoff by Ken Marshman. Here's a look at the field. 5:43 left in this game. Ken Marshman with the kickoff. Big kick. And that is taken by Mark Minicello. He bounces outside. Finally brought down. There's a flag right there you can see. Back to the touchdown run by Tegan Wilk. Finds that gap, and he is off to the races. 80-yard punt return for a touchdown. Extra point is good. And the score is now 14-10. Referees conferring. Been a lot of conferences here lately in this game between the referees, making sure they get everything correct. And there is no penalty. They're pulling the flags back, so everything is okay. There is Mark Minicello taking the ball at the 11-yard line, getting out to the 20, running into some white shirts, rolls outside. Tegan Wilk right there, as is Malik McMillan. Ball's to the 24-yard line, might have got a yard on that.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
That replay. Darren Rodney hits the wall. 2nd and 10. Rodney again with the snap. Met at the line of scrimmage. Might have got a yard on that one. Half a yard maybe. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Berwick Ball Club fired up after that punt return. 4:40 left to go in the game. No gain, they say, so 3rd and 10. DeLuca with the handoff to Darren Rodney. Rodney goes up the middle. He is grabbed almost immediately by number 23, Jimmy LeGrand. 3rd and 10. Clock continuing to run. 4:15. DeLuca takes the snap. Back to throw. Looking, nobody.
And LeGrand is right there. Ball is loose. Referee's in the middle of the pile, you can see. And the Warriors come up with the ball.
Recovered by Damon Barheit for the Warriors.
DeLuca takes a snap, steps back, looks to throw to the near side of the field, can't, turns around. Jimmy LeGrand right there, grabs him from behind, ball comes loose. And the Warriors come away with the ball, but it's now 4th and 10.
DeLuca to punt.
Dominic DeLuca back down to punt. Berwick gets the ball back with 3:40 left to play. The last punt resulted in a touchdown return by Tegan Wilk. Short punt, just over the 50, out of bounds at the 48-yard line. That's where Berwick will get to work with 3:29 showing on the clock. Berwick currently behind Wyoming Area, 14-10. We'll see what happens next on MetroCast Channel 10.
First Columbia Bank finances families, futures, and, well, fun.
Fun comes in a lot of shapes and forms for different people. Some people need a new house. That's their fun. Some people need a new car. For Knoebels, it was a new steel roller coaster.
First Columbia has flexibility to manage the twists and turns of large projects like Impulse, while always staying true to their hometown way of doing business. This is what community banking is all about. First Columbia Bank.
Berwick back on the field. Wyoming Area unable to do anything on that last series, so they have to punt it away. 3:29 showing on the clock. Damon Beckhorn going to take the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, goes up the middle. And a big run for Damon Beckhorn. He's off to the races. Past the 20 to the 10, tripped up at about the 10-yard line. He was off to a touchdown if not for Dominic DeLuca grabbing him, making a dive and a shoelace tackle, if you will, to save the touchdown. Berwick now with the ball at the 8-yard line. Damon Beckhorn with the snap. 3:10 showing on the clock, 3:09. Beckhorn again, same situation. He takes the snap, goes up the middle, through, and touchdown, Berwick! 3:02 on the clock. Damon Beckhorn taking 2 snaps, one for a massive gain, and the last one for an 8-yard touchdown run up the middle. Berwick takes the lead, 16-14, late in the game over Wyoming Area. A massive turn of events. Wyoming Area fans in shock.
Ken Marshman attempted the point after.
Marshman for the extra point. It's up. And it is good. Berwick takes the lead late in the game, 17-14. And there's a look at the happy team and fans and cheerleaders. Another look at the series of events that led to this one. From their own 48-yard line, Damon Beckhorn finds a gap, breaks free. Dominic DeLuca in hot pursuit makes a diving shoelace tackle. Beckhorn goes down at the 8-yard line. And on the next play, same situation. It worked once. Why won't it work again? Damon Beckhorn from the 8. 1st and 8. 1st and goal. Waits for a moment. The lane opens up. And he skirts through. Touchdown Berwick. They now lead 17-14 with 3:02 left to play. They are wasting no time.
Marshman to kick off. Trottini.
Ken Marshman to kick off.
Williams deep for the Warriors.
Ball is away. And taken by number 17, Robert Trottini, and he is dropped out at the 20-yard line. And with 2:56 to go, Wyoming Area has got some work to do to try to get back into this game.
McMillan in on the tackle. Milwaukee 21. Make that 20, first and 10 Warriors.
Get a 40-yard run by David Beckhorn taking the snap. Turn this game around for the Berwick Bulldogs. And now the Warriors have some work to do. Dominic DeLuca, he takes the ball himself, keeps it, turns upfield, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. Looks like he got 3 yards out of that. Quick run over to the sideline, talk to Coach Spencer, come up with a play quickly. William Decker taking him down. Clock still running, 2.5. Warriors in need of at least a field goal to tie this thing up. If they can get a touchdown, they will regain control and
there's a flag before the play.
Eke this one out. Right now, Berwick suddenly coming alive late in the game. Flag on the play.
Illegal participation penalty against the Warriors.
You heard illegal participation. Well, somebody was out there that should not have been. And that is a costly error. That brings up a 2nd and 13 now for Wyoming Area. The clock is continuing to run.
2nd and 13.
Lots of time, but you're going to have to make every play count. Dominic DeLuca, good quarterback, good all-around athlete for Wyoming Area. Quick pass out to the side. Caught to the 25.
DeLuca's pass complete to Robbie Trottini.
Robert Trottini making that catch.
Brought down by Klinger.
Still about 5 short of the first down, and the clock continuing to run.
3rd and 6.
Warriors again, 3rd and 6, 1.5 to play. Handed off to Minichello, and he's tripped up, stays on his feet, but he falls short. Trottini makes the catch.
William Decker was in on the tackle again.
And he finally gets brought down just a little bit shy of the 25-yard line. Minichello getting the handoff. Turns upfield, gets tripped up right there, stays on his feet. And finally brought down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. That brings up a 4th and 2 for Wyoming Area with 1:21 showing on the clock. They have no choice but to go for it. And they're talking that over pretty heavily right now. Want to copy this game on DVD? Now you do. $25 each. Just go to metrocast.com/channel10PA. The information's at the bottom of the page for you as we take a look at the three-quarter moon out tonight, overlooking the American flag. No, it's not an eclipse. It's just a three-quarter moon. All right, 4th and 2 play for Wyoming Area. More or less do or die time. Wyoming Area leading by 11 late in this game. And that should be enough.
Do look on the quarterback keeper.
Depends where they spot the ball. Looks like they spotted it just enough, so DeLuca did get the first down. Chains will move.
Gain to the 21, 1st and 10 Warriors.
Good job by DeLuca. Pushing that through. Needed 2, got 3. 1st and 10. DeLuca back to throw. Caught.
DeLuca's pass complete to Minichello.
And you see Frank Shaptock over there, the head coach of Berwick, saying the clock should continue to run. But the clock is stopped. DeLuca to throw. Got some time. Minichello makes the grab. Berwick chasing. And that one doesn't go anywhere.
DeLuca's pass intended for Brian Williams.
Brian Williams unable to pull that one in. Clock stops with 1:02.
3rd and 8.
A 3rd and 7 coming up for the Wyoming Area Warriors. DeLuca being chased. Has to force that pass. 3rd and 7, 1:02, Wyoming Area. Desperately trying to move the ball upfield. Berwick trying to hang on for a 3-point victory if possible. DeLuca takes a snap. And wrapped up in the backfield, Ryan Lawbaugh takes Trattini down in the backfield. Trattini looked like he was going to try to throw that ball, but Lawbaugh was on top of him in a hurry. And that brings up a 4th down situation. DeLuca gets wrapped up in the backfield, and that will turn the ball over to the Berwick Bulldogs, and they are going to take the win tonight, a steal win from Wyoming Area, and the fans are on their feet. Bulldogs are going to be able to hang on and go 3-0, courtesy of a late game surge. Here's DeLuca.
First on Berwick at about the 20.
Over to Trattini. Ryan Lawbaugh right there as Trattini turns to throw. Gets wrapped up and dropped. Berwick going to take a knee. 34 seconds showing on the clock. Forrest takes the knee.
Forrest takes knee.
That'll pretty much do it right there. DeLuca looking to run. Needed 15 yards. And he gets wrapped up in the backfield on a 4th down situation. Berwick takes over on downs, and there is head coach Frank Sheptock taking a good hit by number 73, Tom Monaco. Almost knocked him over. Berwick takes the win, 17-14. Wyoming Area being upset after leading the entire game. In the last 5 minutes of the game, Berwick able to pull off 2 touchdown drives and take the win. And we will take a little break and come back with some second half highlights and a few final thoughts. Berwick beating Wyoming Area 17-14 tonight here on MetroCast Channel 10.
It's time for the 162nd Annual Bloomsburg Fair, September 23rd through the 30th. Enjoy electrifying performances from some of the biggest names in country music. Martina McBride with Jody Messina, Dustin Lynch with William Michael Morgan, and the band Alabama. Plus tractor and truck pulls, figure 8 race with rollover, horse pulling, and the championship demolition derby. Tickets for the Toyota Grandstand shows on sale now. The 162nd Annual Bloomsburg Fair. For more info, go to bloomsburgfair.com or call 570-387-4145.
Spending Saturdays catching up on our shows begins with me and Bert. With MetroCast, our connection's super fast. I can stream movies, TV shows from all the top sites. Buy something cute for Bert, adorable, maybe find a date. And with free Wi-Fi hotspots, I'm online at the dog park too. After all, MetroCast begins with me and Bert. Good boy.
MetroCast, advanced video, internet, and phone.
Bert is the best. All right, it's Berwick taking the win over Wyoming Area by a score of 17-13 as we take a look at the Wyoming Area cheerleaders, keeping the crowd happy. Very good game. Come from behind victory by the Berwick Bulldogs. Here's what happened in the second half. Berwick's Alex Forrest in the third quarter takes the snap, goes back to throw, and the ball slips out of his hands. And Wyoming Area recovers the fumble. They're able to take that and work their way upfield. There's a nice run by Darren Rodney. Not giving up anything. keeping those feet churning. And so that fumble led to this. Mark Minicello looking to throw, then stepping back and finding Dominic DeLuca all by himself on the near side of the field. Makes the catch at the 5-yard line into the end zone. Extra point is good. It's actually a 2-point conversion was good. And the score is 14-3 at that point. This was a problem all night long, something that they're going to have to work on. Unintentional snaps. Alex Forrest looking one way, and then the ball just gets snapped when he's not prepared for it. And this move, Evan Klinger was there to pick it out, ball up, and actually gained a yard on the play, but it was not enough to keep the drive going. And that was a lot of the problem for Berwick all night long. A lot of penalties and a lot of issues. But then, fourth quarter action, Damon Beckhorn taking the snap from the 48-yard line. He's going to find a gap, breaks one tackle, and he is off to the races. Over the 20, a dive by Dominic DeLuca brings him down at the 8-yard line. A 40-yard run from scrimmage by a Damon Beckhorn. And that leads to an 8-yard touchdown run. Another gap right there by Damon Beckhorn. And that is the go-ahead run for the Berwick Bulldogs. And I'm going to backtrack a little bit. I apologize for going out of order on this, but this is what got the score within 4 points. The score is 14-3 at this point. Wyoming Area has to punt it. Tegan Wilk taking the ball at the 20-yard line. 5:50 or so left to go in the game. And Tegan Wilk goes 80 yards for a Berwick punt return touchdown. Extra point is going to be good. And that was 14-10. And then we had the Damon Beckhorn runs to put it 17-14, and that is the final score in this game. Berwick with the win. In the game, Berwick had 205 rushing yards, Wyoming Area 50. Passing yards, Berwick 30, Wyoming Area 64. Berwick had 5 fumbles. Wyoming Area 1. Lots of penalties against Berwick, 95 yards worth and 12 penalties in all, 6 for 40 yards for Wyoming Area. Evan Klinger with 19 carries and 137 yards. Damon Beckhorn, 6 carries for 62 and a touchdown. Owen Shoemaker had 5 carries for 17 yards. Wyoming Area, Darren Rodney ran 15 times for 24 yards. Corey Mruck, 6 for 16, and Mark Anthony Minicello, 5 for 10. Alex Forrest got 30 yards passing. And Wyoming Area, DeLuca got 55 yards. Mark Anthony Minicello got 9. Jared Watts caught 2 tonight for 24 yards. Tegan Wilk got 1 for 7. And Wyoming Area, it was Minicello caught 4 for 14 yards. And Robbie Trottini caught 2 for 27. The final in this one, Berwick 17, Wyoming Area 14. Wyoming Area drops to 1-2 on the season. Berwick goes to 3-0. We thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again for more high school sports on MetroCast Channel 10.
This MetroCast Channel 10 Sportscast has been brought to you by the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, a regional philanthropic organization with over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, here for you, for good, forever. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty Incorporated, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Personal, professional, and powerful. Better call Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty Incorporated. First Columbia Bank and Trust. We finance fun. Let First Columbia finance your next venture. With you every step of the way, First Columbia Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. The 162nd Annual Bloomsburg Fair, September 23rd through September 30th, featuring incredible entertainment, great food, and lots of fun. For tickets and information, go to bloomsburgfair.com. And by MetroCast, your high-speed internet, digital TV, and phone provider for the greater Berwick, Pocono, and Schuylkill County areas. Now with internet speeds up to 150 megabytes per second. MetroCast.